Hi, I'm Erik Linask, coming to you from Astrocon 2009. I'm here on the exhibit hall floor with Chris Pulsford from Alloy CP. Chris, welcome. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So, why don't we start off? Tell me a little bit about who Alloy is, and
Sure.
what Alloy does.
Okay, Alloy's originally an American company back in the 80s and had an Australian division, which was basically bought out by the guys in Australia once we got to about the early 90s. And the American company started having some trouble due to some bigger competitors doing the same product line. At that time, the guys back in Australia wanted to go down a different product path. They wanted to do some IP networking equipment. And at the time of the American company going out of business, they did a buyout. So at that stage, Alloy actually became an Australian-owned company and basically did pretty well over the next decade and a half or so. And then during those years, we had some fibre optic equipment, general IP networking equipment like switching, media converters, and that type of thing. And then about 5 years ago, they decided to move into voice over IP market, as well as keeping the other products as well. Having tested some voice over IP gear over a number of years, never found anything that they felt was ready to bring to market, and eventually came across some products and thought, okay, this is something we can bring to the market, and went from there. And basically from today, there are about 3 divisions of Alloy. Voice is one of those divisions. We also have Ethernet products such as switching, media converters, etc. And there's also an industrial networking division as well, which sells networking equipment into extreme type of environments. So that may be environments where there's a lot of dirt and dust, so a mine, for example. So a lot of mining sites run Alloy equipment. Might be environments where there's extreme heat variations and those sort of things. So voice, which is really why we're here at Astrocon, is become really big for us, and it's just something that keeps on growing. So even though we're an Australian company from an American background, we've actually now just opened an office in Sunnyvale, California. So we're back in America, and I guess you could say everything's sort of come full circle now. So,
Well, Sunnyvale certainly no stranger to voice communications
absolutely.
vendors.
Yeah.
So tell me, what kind of products do you have here at Astrocon?
Okay, the main product line that we have here at Astrocon is a range of business IP phones called Yealink, which is a Taiwanese manufacturer. We're the distributor here in the States, and it's a range of SIP-based handsets. So we have everything from a fairly entry-level 2-line IP phone all the way up to a 6-line enterprise type IP phone, which would be suitable for power users, executives, and receptionists, because you can add additional reception panels or panels that will give you a lot more programmable keys that you can use. So they're the main things that we're doing here at Astrocon. We also have a couple of PoE or power over Ethernet switches, which are generally big in voice over IP, because a lot of the IP phones and other various endpoints such as speakers and that type of thing are generally PoE powered. So the PoE switches are Alloy's own brand, and we're looking to use the IP phones as a way of leveraging the switches into the market as well.
So what's the benefit of having phones that can integrate easily into Asterisk-based systems as well as traditional platforms?
Sure. Well, I guess one of the main benefits of the IP phones to the Asterisk community is probably the provisioning. So it makes it an easier integration for the Asterisk developers if they can take an IP phone and basically plug that into their network and have their Asterisk solution provision that phone as an extension. So that saves a lot of time and therefore money for the end user as well. So the phones that we do really don't have any interconnects into the traditional telephone network directly, but they'll do that via the Asterisk box itself.
How easy is it for a distributor like you to try to sell a Taiwanese product here in the U.S., where obviously there's several other SIP-based phones available?
Absolutely. In fact, looking around here at Astrocon, there's quite a lot of IP phones that I guess you would say are competing products. One of the really nice things about the Yealink phone, and probably the biggest selling point for us at the moment, is value for money. It's significantly more cost effective than a lot of the competitive products that you'll see around here, and it offers a very similar feature set. So for a price conscious consumer, that's going to be a big value add. And the Asterix marketplace tends to be very price sensitive. So if we can give them an excellent quality product that will basically do all the things that some of the competing IP phones will do, but have a much sweeter price point, then that's definitely going to make it a fairly easy sell, I think.
Makes sense. You get the same features, the same capabilities at a lower price point.
Absolutely.
Been talking here at Astricon 2009 with Alloy CP's Chris Pulsford. Chris, thank you very much for
Thanks
joining
very
us.
much.
Enjoy the show.
Thank you.